everyone. Welcome to Superhero Success. I'm Jael Green.
I'm Caleb Green.
And today we have a guest. Introduce yourself.
Hello, the amazing Green Kids. I'm so happy to be with you all today. Thank you for having me. I am DeAnna McLeary Sherman. I'm the co-founder, CEO of True Star, a media company and digital agency led by young people like you guys. So I'm so happy to see you all doing what you're doing. True Star really is centered around changing the narrative, or rather empowering young people to build their own narratives, to create their own narratives, similar to what you're doing with this show. And then also giving them the technical skills that teaches them how to do that, right? So all the production skills, the writing skills, all the different experiences that really teaches them how to be a creator of content and not just a consumer of content. And even where they can translate that to start their own businesses, advocate for themselves, and just, give them a tool and a skill that they could use, whether it's in a career or just in life. So that's me. That's True Star.
Okay. Have you always wanted to start a media company?
Jael, that's a good question. I have not. I've always wanted to be a boss. My grandmother was an entrepreneur. She had beauty salons. She had clothing stores. She was just a boss. She was just fierce. She was just that girl, that woman
I know
back then when I was a kid. And so it was parts of that I was just like, And then my dad, who was also an entrepreneur, would just wake up ready to go to work, just happy, just ready to go about his day. So I never heard like, this job, I don't like this job or whatever. So I knew I wanted to do something I loved, right? And I knew that I wanted to be a boss or be, a leader type of thing. So that's kind of where my path and those desires, those deep-rooted desires came from.
Well, your grandma obviously had an impact on you.
Yes.
But what would you want to have an impact on in this world?
To me, it's just about planting as many positive seeds as possible. When I look at a young person in our program, I see an opportunity to change a life, to change a family, to change a community. And I've literally seen it with my own eyes. I've seen just with a little bit of time, investment, encouragement, motivation, I've seen young people literally transcend their entire families, take their families out of poverty, just because of something like True Star. Just change the trajectory of their lives, of their cousins' lives, of their siblings' lives. And it's just a small amount of investment of money, a little time, a lot of love. And just to see like the over 20,000 young people that True Star has touched and just planting those seeds that go everywhere. That's probably gone places I'd never even seen and imagined, right? And so that's really what my legacy and what my impact I hope to be, and I hope that every day I'm just like, if I could just impact one person, if I could just bless one person today, I know how that could change communities, but you just got to start where you are. You see a problem, you just start with yourself and say, how can I be a solution? And that's what I hope young people do. And over time, you start to see like the amazing results that those small moments have. They become big outcomes. So that's really just planting those seeds every day.
Yeah, and I think your goal is definitely working. You're impacting a lot of people, including me, because my first 2 films I actually shot with True Star, and I want to be a filmmaker and director and I also want to go to USC for film school. So
that is awesome, and I know you're going to do all of those things and more. And if True Star could have just played a small part and setting you on that path, that's what warms my heart. That's what makes my personal mission as well as the mission of the organization, realized. So proud of you with that.
I can also second that statement because I had my first, I keep saying first. I had my on-screen acting debut with True Star.
Yes, and I couldn't tell it was your first or whatever, because you killed it. And I look forward to seeing you on the big screen and in the plays and doing the theater and all of the things. And even if it just built your confidence a little bit, right? So when you step into a place, a lot of times it's just about exposure, right? Once you do something, now you know what to expect, right? You know you've had that, it's reps. In sports, that's what they call it, reps, right? Get your reps in. You're going to be better after taking 5,000 shots than one shot, right? So True Star is that opportunity for you and young people that look like you to just get that repetition, that exposure, that access, right? So when they got that moment, they know how to seize it. So can't wait to see you. I want some tickets, some access. So don't forget me.
Okay, so it's time for the special question. What do you think your superpower is?
Yes, well, I think for me, my superpower is, I don't even know if it's a real word, but it's stick-to-itiveness. And it just really means like just sticking to it no matter what. It's been a lot of ups and downs, peaks and valleys, stumbling blocks I've had to jump over, things I've had to learn. What we're doing has never been done. There's not really, it's other organizations doing it, don't get me wrong, but it's not really a model where you could say, this is the sauce and I'm just gonna recreate it, right? So we're creating as we're going. When we first started True Star, there was no Facebook even. So to imagine that there was no social media, there was no, the internet and web and all of that was just emerging. And we started off in print and we've had to transition to digital and we've had to learn. I've had to learn so much, but I didn't give up when those hard times and those hard moments came. I stuck with it. I had the stick-to-itiveness. And it's like if you want to get something, you got to do what other people aren't willing to do. And that's one of the skills that I noticed that some people just not willing to do. They not willing to stick to it no matter what. Something bad happens. It's like I feel like most of my career has been putting out fires. It's just like you're dealing with a lot. You got to prioritize what to focus on, what to do, but it's just really sticking with it no matter what. So as you become that filmmaker, as you become that actor, no matter the no's, no matter the challenges, stick to it. If God put that in you, in your heart, and that's what you want to become, don't let any no, disappointment, we don't have the money, don't let that stop you. You stick to it, right? So that's what it is.
Well, you said your superpower is stick-to-itiveness, but my dad on the camera said that you got some bars too. So can you give us a couple lines?
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's the capital D, comma, honor. I graduated with honors. The reason my account gon' have more commas. My kind is hard to find like Osama. So that's a little bit. That's a little bit. Something.
Standing ovation.
Is there anyone who inspired you to become who you are?
Yeah, so, I draw all my inspiration from just like my parents. I am me because of them, because of everything they did to me, because of everything they poured into me. As a kid, my mother just like built my confidence, and put me in oratory contests and, it's just like when your parents believe in you, it gives you a sense that you could do anything. So I think just like that core of my parents, my dad being an entrepreneur, waking up every day, just, excited, just love what he did. I learned a lot about my parents, after I became an adult. My dad doesn't like to say it, but he was like one of the first, Black people to graduate from University of Illinois, Champaign-Urbana in the 60s. when it was really, really hard for Black people to get a college education. And he has a lot of other accolades, but just them being who they are to make sure I could become who I am. So I just want young people, if you have your family and your parents and they're pointing to you and they're telling you things and they're driving you here, there, everywhere, and trying to make your dreams come true or just trying to make sure you're a good person, just honor that. Just always honor that, because you'll look back and you'll be on a couch like me right now and you'll be like, I met all these amazing people, celebrities, leaders, government officials. But when you really have to answer that question, it's going to come down to your parents.
Yeah, I can confirm that. I have 2 great parents.
Yes, you do.
I agree with that.
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
So is there any final message that you want to say to the people watching?
Just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Get up every day and talk to yourself. Who deserves it more than you? You deserve it. You deserve to have a blockbuster life, not just career, but life, right? Mm-hmm. And I think when you wake up every day in this, just mindset that I deserve, I think sometimes we take a mindset of lack, a struggle, or whatever. No, wake up. I deserve to have a blockbuster life. Tell yourself that, because you do deserve it, right? You deserve all those things. And then also, surround yourself with people who are smarter, more talented. I surround myself with people. I'm not the smartest person in the room. I'm not the most talented in the room. I'm not the most charismatic. I'm always surrounding myself with people who know more, have done more, are wise. And I just soak that up, learn from the good in people. If you could take all the good in your circle and put that in you, you're winning. So that's just what I would lead the people with. Believe in yourself and, just surround yourself with people who can inspire you, who can teach you, all of those things. And then you'll get to where you're trying to get.
Okay, those are some great final words.
Thank you, Jael.
Thank you for watching Superhero Success. I'm Jael Green.
I'm Caleb Green.
And remember, everyone can be a superhero.
You just have to find your superpower. Peace.